Do you own a Fanatec wheel, like this one, and thought to yourself, I like it, but the paddle shifters just aren't clicky enough? Well, we may have a solution for you. The Creosim MPS-15 paddle shifters. Sim Racing chassis in this video is the Next Level Racing GT Ultimate featuring the new motion platform V3. Learn more at nextlevelracing.com. So what are the Creosim MPS-15 paddle shifters? The MPS-15s replace the stock Fanatec paddle shifters that utilize a spring and improve the shifting experience, according to Creosim, by utilizing magnets for a quicker snapback action. This quicker snapback creates a more positive feeling and ensures no missed shifts. The Creosim MPS-15 paddle shifters are compatible with the Fanatec Formula wheels and the Fanatec Universal Hub, and even custom wheels if they use the Fanatec hole pattern, of course. The paddles cost 139 euros in the EU, which that price includes VAT, or 111 euros outside the EU, which isn't inexpensive, but is in line with the price of other magnet paddle shifters out there. But I do want to note that at that price, they're about half the cost of this guy right here. So yeah, they need to be good. My first impression of the MPS-15 was positive. They were nicely packaged, although it should be noted that this is a pre-production unit and packaging could change, and all the parts and pieces had a quality feel. Speaking of the parts and pieces, you receive the shifter units, the bolts needed to attach them, and the two-piece extended GT style paddles for larger diameter wheels. It must also be noted that the pre-production silver and black shifter units that you see here will change in production to all black, which I think is a good plan, since the Fanatec year tends to be all murdered out black anyway, and matching is the better way to go. Installation was pretty straightforward thanks to a nice video that you can watch at Creosim's website, www.creosim.com. The only tough part is ensuring that you have the tools you need, which includes an 8/64 Allen wrench, or the metric equivalent, for the hex bolts on the front of the wheel, and needle nose pliers needed to remove and reconnect the wire bundles. If you do not have these tools, you're going to need to pick them up because there really is no way to install the shifter paddles without them. The MPS-15 features 3 intensity settings. If you look at the top of the paddle shifters, there are 3 holes to give you 3 different locations for the magnet. As you move the magnet closer to the paddle, you increase the force needed to activate the paddle. Adjusting the magnet is as simple as unscrewing the bolt, pushing the magnet to a new hole location, and reinstalling the bolt. Let's now talk performance. And full disclosure, when Creosim first contacted me about reviewing the MPS-15s, my first question was, why? I had never had any issue with the Fanatec paddle shifters, and overall thought they performed quite well. With that said, once I installed the MPS-15s and started using them, I quickly saw that they are a significant step up. I really did enjoy how positive they feel, and although I can't have you feel them for yourself, obviously, I think you can clearly hear how positive they are. While missing shifts was never an issue for me with the base paddle shifters on the Fanatec wheels, I can clearly see how the MPS-15 eliminates this issue if you struggle with it. You have to apply a fair amount of force to activate them, especially when you have the magnet in the position closest to the paddles. But it's not too much force. I drove a good number of laps with the magnet in this position and my fingers didn't fatigue. But there was one issue that I did experience. The left paddle for downshifting felt really good and had a positive pull and click. The right paddle, on the other hand, was a little soft. It wasn't a huge difference, but I could feel and hear that my right paddle wasn't coming into contact with its magnet as well as the left paddle was. I passed this issue along to Creosim, and they said that the issue is due to inconsistencies in the countersinking of the magnet holes, and that this issue has been corrected for the production units. I also want to note that I was able to work around this issue a bit by using the hole closest to the paddle, which masked the issue significantly compared to the inside hole position. And if I ran the left paddle in the middle hole, it balanced both paddles out to require pretty much the same amount of force to engage. So let's get to our final thoughts on the Creosim MPS-15 paddle shifters for Fanatec wheels. A solution to a problem that maybe exists. While I don't have any issue with the base paddle shifters that come on the Fanatec wheels, I could see where maybe there are those of you out there that do have an issue. But with that said, once I did go and install these paddle shifters, I will say they are a significant improvement, even despite the issues that I encountered. And speaking of those countersunk issues, again, I'm going to take Creosim at their word that this issue has been rectified based on the response they had to me. You know, it wasn't like they said that this was a problem they'd never seen before. They said, yes, we saw it in the pre-production units, and we've made the changes to eliminate those inconsistencies in the countersinking process, and that should not be an issue anymore. So I can't offer you any more than that. I can only offer you their word, but I'm going to hope for you guys, more so than myself, that they are indeed fixed and this is not an issue. So, going forward and recommending the MPS-15 paddle shifters, the only way I can recommend them is if this issue has been fixed. Because at a price point that is north of $100 US or 100 euros, I mean nearly, or essentially, half the price as this wheel, they must be flawless. So the criteria for purchasing these paddle shifters are: you must not be too thrilled with the base paddle shifters on your Fanatec wheel. The sounds of this click gets you all hot and bothered down in your nether regions and says you must have this. And again, that the issue with the countersinking has been rectified, which hopefully it has been. If you do not pass those criterias, then I understand. There are so many sim racing products out there and so many different ways to spend your hard-earned money that if spending over $100 or euros on some paddle shifters doesn't necessarily get you excited, I understand. I think that is reasonable. Again, this is a premium product at a premium price point. So if you do pick these up, I do think you will very much enjoy these MPS-15 paddle shifters from Creosim. I think they are nicely done, considering the issue has been rectified. And also, they should be in all black, which will look much sportier on here. So that will do it for our review of the MPS-15 paddle shifters. Thank you for watching Inside Sim Racing. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Check us out on social media and our website, isrtv.com. Also, check out the Amazon affiliate links in the description below. Click on the link, shop through Amazon. It doesn't cost you a thing, but kicks back a little towards us, and this does help us out. So again, thank you for watching Inside Sim Racing. I'm John Sable. Take care of you and yours.